for watching. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this matte glam bold holiday look. So I'm really excited to bring you a new makeup tutorial. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Samantha. I post videos almost on the daily, because that is what I do. So I hope that you will hit that subscribe button so you are notified for when I post my videos. That would be awesome. But yes, I am going to be trying to do more tutorials on my channel. I've said it in the past and I have failed miserably, but I am back. I'm saying it again. We're going to do more tutorials here, and why not kick it off with something like super bold, super glam. So that is what we are going to do today. This look, I did something similar to it for my Sephora VIB sale haul video, like especially with the eyes. So I got a lot of questions on if I could do a tutorial on that kind of like purple smoky eye bolder look. So that is what I kind of recreated here today. I used the same palette that I used in that video. I did use a different lip because I just got a new lipstick that I wanted to try out, and I actually don't know yet if I love it or if I even really love the color, but I wanted to try it out today. So this is the look that we will be doing in the video. So I hope that you guys enjoy it, and why don't we hop into the tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to do the eyes first since we are working with darker shadows. So to prime my eyes, I'm going to use the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. I really like this. I just have like a little deluxe sample size of it. A lot of times I'll just use like concealer when I prime my eyes, but if I'm going out and like going somewhere for a long time or doing like more complicated shadow work and really want my shadows to stay, I've been reaching for this more and more. I just think it's a really good eyeshadow primer. So the palette we're going to be working in is the Smashbox Shape Matter Photo Matte Eyes palette. It looks like this. I have a lot of love for this palette. I just recently mentioned it in a favorites video. It's truly one of my favorite palettes. So the makeup look that I was wearing in the Sephora VIB sale haul video did come from this. So I thought about grabbing another palette because I've gotten a few new eyeshadow palettes lately, but I was like, nope, that's the look that I want to recreate. So I'm just going to hop in here and grab this shade right here and just use a BH flat brush to apply this all over the lid to kind of set the primer. Don't mind my eyebrows. I need to get them waxed so bad, but I've just been so busy because, you know, 'tis the season. 'Tis the season of being busy and putting others before your eyebrows. Am I right? Into the shadows, I'm first gonna grab this shade right here. It's just a really nice light brown transition shade, and I'm gonna grab my Morphe M441 and just apply this into the crease. And what I like to do is lay down my dark color right away, and then I kind of re-examine and decide if I'm going to add more shadows. So that's just exactly what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to grab this shade right here. It is a really like dark purple eggplant type of color, and I'm just taking the brush that comes with the palette. I really like this brush. It's a double-ended brush, and I'm going to grab the more like flat shader eyeshadow side of it. And I'm not using any sort of setting powder or anything. These shades are very pigmented, but without a lot of fallout. So I'm just going to grab that and place this all over the lid. Okay, then I'm going to pick up this shade right here. It's kind of like a dark taupe color, and my Morphe M433. Just place a little bit on there and then just kind of work this in the outer V, just kind of lightly blending back and forth. And then once I think I have like a good amount of product on that outer V, I'll start to sweep it in towards the inner corner of my eye. Just kind of want to make it pretty smoky out here. So to get that, I take my brush and I hold it at the very end, so I have very, very light pressure, and I just run the brush in circles. I mean, just very light motion, very light pressure. Every once in a while, I'll do the sweep in, so we're kind of blending up as well, but that's kind of how I achieve my smoky eyes. So maybe that'll help you, but I think having a good brush is key, which Morphe brushes are really good. Holding the brush at the end and just doing light pressure. Don't be afraid to just sit here and blend back and forth for a while. So if you're getting ready to go to a holiday party, like, plan accordingly. Don't start getting ready 30 minutes before, because it's going to take you 30 minutes to blend out your eyeshadow. Okay, after you get the shadows where you think you want them, I'm going to come in with my liner. I'm going to use the Sigma Wicked Gel Liner. It's just a fantastic black liner. One of my faves. I absolutely love it, especially when I pair it with the Sigma E06 brush. Like, it's just a teeny tiny brush, really great for creating wings. And since this is more of a glam look, I'm going to go for more of a bolder type of wing. So that's what we are going to attempt here. Sometimes you never really know how your wings are going to come out, but that's what we're going for. I will leave these linked down below because they are my favorite winged liner combination. So for winged liner, I typically like to make the line straight across first, and then, like, once I feel like I have that good, then I'll come in and make the wing. I don't know why. I know a lot of people just go right in with the wing and then fill in the rest later, but that's just the way I prefer to do it, and I feel like I'm, like, warming up for the wing, you know? I'm getting used to the brush, like, I'm telling the brush, hey, I'm back. I'm getting used to the liner, like, hey, let's work as a team here. So that's what I want to do before I just go in right away with the wing. I make the line, I go like kind of straight out and then up. What degree do you call this? Is this a 45-degree angle? Math is hard. But that's kind of what I like to do. Some people prefer to go more straight out. Some people go more straight up. That's what I aim for. And what I'm kind of trying to do is, like, if my eyebrow were to keep extending, they would meet. So that's kind of what I typically will aim for. Sometimes I don't get it. Sometimes I don't get it right there. But that's like what I try to aim for with my liner. And then I'll pick up a little bit more product, and then I come about like when I'm doing more of a bolder wing, I'll come up maybe like 3/4 of the way and then just draw a line straight back down. So I have like some sort of like rough outline like this, and then I will just fill it in. Now, of course, you most definitely don't have to go this bold with your wing if it is not you, but every once in a while I just like to come out with like a crazy wing. For lashes, I'm just gonna do the Huda lashes in Samantha. They're just really pretty, wispy, fluffy, yet still very like glamorous lashes. The adhesive I'm going to use is from Kiss. It's their Strip Lash Black adhesive. So that is what our lash game is going to be for this. I really like this adhesive, not only because it's black, like dark tones, black adhesive, I think it's just the way to go. But this is a really, really long lasting adhesive. Like, if I know I want my lashes to be on all night, I will use this. It's actually kind of hard to get it off at night, to be completely honest with you, but I just think it's really, really good. So this is the one that I have chosen, and I love these Huda lashes. This is actually a brand new pair, first time I'm using them. I picked them up in the Sephora VIP sale. Once you've let the adhesive dry for a good amount of time, you're just gonna pop these on. I always struggle putting my right lash on, and I thought I grabbed the left lash to do for the one on camera. I grabbed the right one. We'll see how this goes. But typically what I'll do is come from the top and just set the lash down. I'll press the middle on first, and I typically do the outer edge, and then I'll do the inner corner because the inner corner is where I struggle the most. Like so. And I realized I forgot to do mascara on my top lashes. So try to remember to do mascara. It just helps your false lashes blend in more easily. I totally spaced it. My bad. I'm so sorry. But I'm going to do the other eye off camera just to let my camera it's about to reheat. So I'm going to let it cool down, and then I will come back and we will start on the face. Okay, I'm going to switch to the face. So to prime, I'm going to use the Maybelline Blur and Illuminate primer. I haven't used this primer in so long, but I'm going to use more of like a mattifying foundation. So because I have really normal skin, I feel like I can't use a mattifying primer and a mattifying foundation. It'll make me too matte. And I can't use a luminizing primer and a luminizing foundation because it'll make me too shiny. So I do one to offset the other. That's what I have found I need. I mean, whatever your skin needs, you go with it. But that's definitely something that I have noticed for my skin. So for foundation, I'm going to do one of my favorites. It's from Clinique, the Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. I'm in the shade 6.5 Buttermilk. One of my favorite foundations. It is super, super long lasting. It has more of a matte finish, but not like super, super matte. It has great coverage. I just love this foundation. I recommend it all the time, and especially for like events, if you're going to be gone for a long time. Because it's so long lasting, it is what I recommend all the time. I'm just going to use my beauty blender to blend this in. And this is my new beauty blender that I picked up in the Sephora VIB sale. It's the black one. I've never used the black one, but it definitely has a ton of bounce to it, which I love. Like, I've had the nude beauty blender. That's the only other beauty blender that I've tried. And I'm pretty much positive the black has like way more bounce than the nude one does. So I've been loving that. Don't forget to bring the foundation on your neck as well. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I am in light medium. Again, just one of my favorites. I reach for this so often. Everybody has lost their minds over this concealer, but I love it because it's super full coverage, long lasting, all that good stuff. So I just apply it underneath my eyes and then to the center of my face where I want to highlight, and then I'll just take my beauty blender again and buff that out. So the reason that I switch and do my face after I start my eyes is because I will then, when I finish off my eyes, I'll do like my waterline and my lower lash line. And you see, like with my concealer, I'm getting right up in there underneath my lash line, and so I can disturb the shadows if I already lay them down. So that's typically why I do it in this type of order, in case anyone is curious about why I'm going back and forth. And like I said, you can take your concealer here and use it to help really sharpen up the wing. So to set the eyes, I'm going to use a new product. This is from Kat Von D. It is her Lock-It Brightening Powder. I picked mine up in peach. So this came out on Sephora's like Cyber Monday deals, but they were releasing a few new like spring products early. So I picked mine up in peach. I just really want to try this out because I really like to put a brightening powder on my under eyes. I just like bright under eyes. It's the look that I like to go for. A lot of people like to use like a translucent powder or just some sort of baking powder, and I like brightening powders. I really like the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I don't like her translucent powder. Kat Von D has a translucent powder. I haven't tried it, but when I saw the brightening powder, I was like, I definitely want to try that. This is going to be my third time using it, and so far I have really good things to say. I've been pretty impressed so far. So like I said, they have 3 different shades that you can choose from. I went with peach, which is for like more of a medium skin tone, but I like using peach on my under eyes. I'm just placing this on the under eyes. I just picked up some with my beauty blender, which is damp of course, and just applying it. What I really liked about this powder was I thought it made my under eyes look so smooth, but then also really bright. Like I could tell that my under eyes were brighter when I used it, so I was pretty impressed with that. And I just let it sit on there for a few minutes and bake. Since it's more of a peachy color, it blends in with my skin tone a little bit more, like when you use a white translucent powder or baking powder, like you have like the really stark white under eyes. This one doesn't quite have that effect, but you do still need to wipe off the excess powder when it's done baking. So to cream contour, I'm going to use the Pur Cameo Contour stick. I'm going to use the contour side. It has a concealer side as well, but I just really enjoy the contour side. So I'm just going to carve out some cheekbones here. And also on my forehead. I have like just enough room on my beauty blender to blend this out. When you blend out the contour, you want to make sure that you're moving your beauty blender or brush or whatever it is you're using to be blending it up. You never want to blend your contour down because that will defeat the purpose of why you are contouring. To bronze up the skin, I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and my Morphe M530, one of my favorite brushes to bronze with. Also, I don't really do much of a nose contour all of the time. Sometimes I do, but a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just like hit the sides with my bronzing brush. Sometimes just to like bring a little bit of color back into my nose because it can kind of like fade away between like foundation and concealer and such. So just a little bit of color, but if you are a nose contour girl, then you go ahead and contour your nose. So for blush, I'm going to use, this is from Marc Jacobs. It's just a little sample size that I got, and I can't think of what the exact color is, but I will leave it linked down below. But it's just a really pretty like pinky peachy blush. So I'm going to apply, it's one of his like soft duo blushes, and this is my Morphe M427. Then I'm just going to use my E3 from Morphe to dust away that excess powder under the eyes. Yeah, I've been really liking this Kat Von D powder. Did anyone else pick one up? Let me know what you're thinking. Okay, to finish off the eyes, I have misplaced my IT Cosmetics black liner and I am very depressed about it. I have a new liner ordered, but it's not here yet. So I'm going to go in with a red. This is Besto from ColourPop. It's like a burgundy red shade. I'm just going to use this on the waterline and then we're going to come in with some shadows, but I always like having something on my waterline. I would prefer a black. I would recommend a black for this look, but I also don't really love using gel liners or liquid liners in my waterline. That's just my preference. But I'm just going to line my waterline real quick. I'm going to pick up my Morphe E06 brush and I'm going to grab this really dark brown, like hot chocolate type of shade from the Smashbox palette, and I'm going to sweep this on the lower lash line. And I love like a very smoky lower lash line. I mean, I do for like just when I'm going to the grocery store, but especially if I'm doing more of like a bold glam look, then I love to have a smoky lower lash line. I'm going to hit the bottom lashes with some Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. Definitely add in some highlight if you want. I'm going for more of a matte look, and the blush that I used had a little bit of sheen to it already, so I figured that would be good enough. So I'm just going to finish it off with the lips now. I'm going to try this from Giorgio Armani. It's one of the lip magnets, and the shade is in Second Skin. I got these sent to me from Influencer, and I actually just swatched them last night, and I wasn't very impressed with the swatches, so I want to try it on my lips and see what it looks like. Second Skin is just a... It said it was like, what did it say on the website, like a vibrant rose, and that is not how it's swatched. So I'm very curious to see how it's going to be on the lips. So here is the Giorgio Armani lip magnet on my lips. Honestly, it goes on the lips much better than it looked in the swatch on my arm. I will say that it is definitely more of a vibrant pink on the lips, so that makes me happy. It was a little bit hard to put on. The applicator is a little bit different and I felt like it doesn't pick up a lot of product. So I had to go back in a couple times just to get the initial application on my lips, but it looks pretty. So far it feels good, but I don't know, we'll see how it wears. I'll have a review coming up on these soon. So I don't know if I've mentioned, after I did my face and before I finished off my eyes, when I was off camera letting my camera cool down, I did fill in my brows. I just used the Benefit Goof Proof pencil in at number 2, and then I set them with the Ready Set Brow from Benefit. So did that off camera. You guys know I'm not a big brow fan, so I didn't want to do that on camera. But then once I have the lip done, I'm just gonna spray my face with some Scandinavia makeup finishing spray, and then the look is complete. Alright guys, and this is the final look. What did you think? I really hope that you guys enjoyed this bold, matte, glam, holiday look. What'd you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. You definitely don't have to go as bold that I did, especially on the wings. Like sometimes I just want to really make sure that you know that I'm working that wing. So that is what I wanted to do for today, but of course make this tutorial your own. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I do want to start doing more tutorials on my channel, so we just kicked it off real big. So I will be doing more tutorials. If you guys have any specific looks in mind, please do leave them in the comments below, or specific palettes and things like that. Please leave the suggestions in the comments below. I respond to all of your comments, I read all of your comments, and I appreciate the feedback so much. So very excited to be doing more tutorials here, and I hope that you enjoyed what we created today. Please do give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Make sure you are subscribed before you go, and I'll catch you real soon in my next one. Bye.